the Gerald B. Solomon Saratoga National Cemetery in honor of Congressman Jerry Solomon. Everybody here's heard of Jerry Solomon. He was a congressman representing the 22nd District of New York from 1979 to 1999. He was a huge veteran supporter, and I didn't know this until recently, but he initialized the legislation that led to the establishment of the Department of Veterans Affairs. So that's a pretty major accomplishment. It's 351 acre facility. It's designed with a capacity of 175,500 internments. At the end of 2021, last year, they were at just over 23,000 burials and interments, which is about roughly about 1,045 interments a year. It is home to, the cemetery is home to the ship's bell, the USS Saratoga, CV-3 for you Navy guys. And that was a Lexington class aircraft carrier that was commissioned in 1925. It saw service right after World War II. And it was decommissioned in 1946. Anybody know what happened to it?
Target practice.
Saratoga?
I should say they sunk it like all the other ones.
Target practice.
Anybody?
Bikini Island.
Razor blades.
Tom's right on the money. Part of an exercise, atom bomb testing in Bikini Atolls, and the Saratoga, along with several dozen other ships, were part of that test. And after that test was over, there wasn't any more ships left. So.
Bikini Island, is what it called there. Was that Bikini Island?
Yeah. Yes, Bikini Atoll. Yep. Let's see. It's the Saratoga Cemetery. The 100. When it was open, it was the 116th National Cemetery in the United States, and number 6 in New York. What else?
How do you apply?
I'm sorry.
How do you apply?
We have a website. Saratoga National Cemetery has a very cool website. You can go check that out. We're looking for volunteers all the time. We can't get enough help. I'm the youngest guy on my squad.
You're the youngest guy.
At 57 years old, they call me the baby boy. Because everybody, they're all retired guys, and there's not many young people there because they're all
I'm 76, I'm one of the youngest ones there.
The Honor Guard was also formed in 1999.
Junior.
It was originally about 150 members. Right now we're at about 125. There's 5 squads, Monday through Friday. Each is assigned a squad. Gary and I are on the Friday squad. We do approximately 725 services a year.
Wow.
And just how it works out is the Friday squad. Last year we did 305
312.
of those 725. So we're by far the busiest
God,
squad at the cemetery.
Fridays and Mondays are the biggest because the funeral directors want to get them in before the weekend because there's no burials on weekends. And then Monday squad is busy because they hold them on Friday to be buried on Monday. So Friday and Monday squad are the busiest. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they may have 2, 3, 1. And it's a real pain in the neck running up to the cemetery and just do one burial, but we do it for our fellow veterans deceased. And Fridays is good because it goes quick for the day. We're busy. We get done, and they only got a half hour to use the shelter. And you get people coming in there, a funeral party, with 50 cars, 70 cars. It takes them 10 minutes to unload, another 10 minutes to reload, and then they got 15 minutes for their service, for the chaplain, for the folding of the flag, presenting of the flag. Sometimes we run over a little bit, and then they have to wait at the PIC, which Wayne volunteered for when it first opened up. And they hold them back there so everybody's not running out in the cemetery looking for where to go. So it's a real it's a good run. It's
The cemetery also has 3 Medal of Honor recipients there too.
And there, the
Which
pictures
we're
are
pretty
in
proud
the
of.
PIC.
Of the 150 original members, the charter members, was around 150 of them. 22 years later, they figured it out that there's approximately 8 remaining charter members still performing active ceremonies. This guy right here, for 22 years running now, he's been there every Friday performing services for 22 years. Yes.
Thank you.
Been here for 15 years. He's also a member of the Board of Trustees. He's also the commander of the Color Guard. We perform functions like this, we'll also with the flags and stuff at different places, schools and sporting events and stuff. Contrary to what you see on television, this, like Gary said, the services, the burials do not take place out at the gravesite. Well, have everybody not been there before? Everybody been to a service there? Everybody not been to one?
Oh, no.
Oh, have not.
The procession is escorted to the grounds and they stage at the PIC and then they get escorted to the, what are called committal shelters.
Doug was buried there.
That's where the services actually take place because you don't want 100 people out trumping all over the other people's gravestones and all that. This is how the flag is presented to us when it's a
Cremation.
cremation. Thank you. Of course, caskets flag is draped, but when it's a cremation, this is how it's presented to the squad, and then it's escorted up to the shelter, and that's when either the active duty folks do this, or when we're requested, then that's when the honor guard does this.
Well, he'll be carrying the flag on my right side, and I'll have the urn in my hand, box. Looks like a vase with a cover on it, cookie jar, I call them. But it's an urn. And we'll march up together up to the shelter, and I'll put the urn on the table, and then he'll stay back and then come up and put the flag, like it is right now. That's for a cremation. With a casket, the flag's already on. It's supposed to be. Sometimes they show up without a flag on, and we have extras that we unfold and put on the casket.
How many walls do you have for the cremation?
They just opened up a new section for the wall. The original wall is just about full, other than for spouses.
So how many walls are there all total?
I don't know what's down in the new
9.
section, do you?
9.
9? Yeah, Wayne's up on that stuff.
Okay, we'll ask more questions after the flag's folded. Sam's about to be leaving in a couple minutes.